Alright, so now that we are done with the user section, we can move to the other sections like plugins, tools, and settings. So let's talk about settings. First, we have the general settings. You can see that the MetaBrains is written here. It's simply the site title. Now, if I go to my website, you'll see here just another WordPress site. So this is basically the tagline. You can easily change this in the general settings section. Okay, so instead of just another WordPress site, I'll write here, learn everything. Then I click on Save Changes. I then refresh the page and you can see the update. So yeah, there are some things in every theme that we can change in the settings section. Okay, next, we have the WordPress address or URL. As you can see here, we are working on a local host, so the URL is assigned accordingly. The site URL is also same. Okay, next you can see the administration email address. Then here you have the membership option. This will invite visitors to pay to access certain areas of content on your site. You can tick these boxes if you need to. It says anyone can register, meaning that anyone can have a membership. Then we have this new user default role option. It means that whenever a new user is registered, he is given a subscriber role by default. Alright, next, you can see all of the languages that WordPress supports as explained before. You can choose any language you want from the list, but the most commonly used one is English. So I'll leave it as English, United States. Moreover, if you want to change the language, you would need to install a software in that language. Alright, so here you can set your time zone. You can also change your date format. You can see the different options in front of you. You can also customize it if you want, but for now, I am just using the default format. After that, there is a time format too. You can select whichever format you prefer. Some people like the 24-hour format, others prefer the 12-hour clock with AM and PM. Okay, next you can adjust the day of the week in this week starts on field. Alright, now if I click on documentation on date and time formatting, here you can see everything is explained in detail. For example, we see that the lowercase and stands for AM, PM in lowercase, and that the uppercase A stands for AM and PM in capital letters. Okay, so that's it for when it comes to the general settings. Next, we have the writing section. It's preferably not to change any settings here because sometimes users change a few things here. They end up facing some issues and then the website doesn't run properly. Here, as you can see, the default post category is showing uncategorized, which means if you don't give any category to a post, it becomes uncategorized automatically, or by default, we can say. So if you want to change the default category, you can do it from here. Since we previously created a few categories, it's suggesting me those very same categories here. But I'll leave it as is for now. Alright, next, we have the default post format, which should be kept as standard. Then here you can see a few things that will be used when you make a website through proper hosting. Once you do so, you'll need a mail server right now. We are working on a local host, so we don't need to worry about all this. Okay, so next, let's head to the reading section. This is an important section. So if I go to the MetaBrains post, you can see this. We have the home, about us, and privacy policy pages. So here, as you can see, it's asking me which page should be the home page. I'll simply select home. Then here, we have the post page option. Like on which page will be my posts by published. I'll select home again. Then it's asking for the number of posts that will be shown at most. So I choose 10. Then we have other additional settings that you can modify as well if you want. Then here we have the posts page option. like on which page will be my posts be published. Then this is the accept option that I've explained before. So in the for each post in a feed, include category, I'll simply select full text here. Then for the last option here, never tick this box because it will affect your SEO ranking. If you tick the box, your website will not rank and people won't be able to find it easily in search engines. Okay, so now that I am done, I save the changes. And here you can see it's showing some kind of warning. It's basically saying that these pages should not be the same. Okay, so let's do the necessary changes. So, apparently my blog posts were showing on the home page. So yeah, since I selected the same pages, it was giving me a warning. So let's change it. If I put About Us for the home page, let's see what happens. I save it and refresh it. And yeah, as you can see, we have About Us in the home page. I'll go back to the settings and I change the home page to home again and post page to About Us. I save my settings, then I refresh my page, and here you go. You can see the home page displaying home for me. And when I go to the About Us page, you will easily be able to see all the blog posts. Alright, so that's it for the reading section. You also have extra settings that you can try to explore and play around with. For example, we have the discussion section in which you can modify the settings of your posts, comments, comment moderation, and email notification. Okay, so next you can see the permalinks. Permalinks are the permanent URLs of your individual blog post